So today is day 0 and I have made it to Reno, Nevada. Just waiting on my shuttle to Tahoe City, where I'm going to spend the night before getting on trail tomorrow morning. So I've got a little bit of time this afternoon to get relaxed and acclimated a little bit, and I'm going to go pick up a fuel canister and a few other things. So excited to get on trail tomorrow. So it is about 5 a.m. on June 1st. I got into Tahoe City last night. Been awake for about an hour. Got some nice rest, getting ready for the trail. My ride's coming at 7. I'm gonna get breakfast first and then head out. But since I'm up early, I'm gonna try to catch some of this beautiful sunrise over Lake Tahoe. Day 1, walking out of Meeks Bay Trailhead and headed up to Stony Ridge Lake today. Trail's nice and flat to start out with, a little downhill and little rises. Beautiful amongst the pines. And nice flat, easy start. Alright, so I've been on trail for about an hour and 20 minutes or so. I'm almost halfway for my day. About 3 miles, not quite 3 miles yet, and we're hitting Meeks Creek and the log crossing, so this will be fun. And made it across, no problem. A little hairy when you've been shaking a little bit from coming up a steep uphill, but if you don't want to cross the log here, you can also cross down there and get a little bit wet, but not too bad. I've been on trail about 2 hours. I'm at Craig Lake, which is only a kilometer short of my destination for the day. So it is 10:43, and I'm gonna take a little bit of extended break in the shadows here on the edge of Craig Lake, and move on in a little bit. So I'm here at Shadow Lake in the Desolation Wilderness, and this is a beautiful mosquito breeding ground from hell. I have to say, so far, the flowers here are just amazing. They're everywhere. All these wildflowers covering the landscape is really awesome. All right, wrap up of day 1. I'm in camp. I planned to go 7 miles today, but that turned into a shit show. I was done by like 11:45, so I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna go further. I ended up going almost 15 miles today over Phipps Pass and past Velma Lakes, and I'm only like a mile or 2 from where I was going to be for the second night on my plan. So felt good. I'm obviously exhausted. It's not a smart first day by any means, but I was feeling good and looking for a campsite for a while because there's slim pickings in this area. I'm just making some dinner and gonna head off to bed early. I collected water and washed my dirty socks and stuff like that. Got my tent set up, so I'm all ready to go. Hopefully get up early in the morning and head out and get another about 15 miles in tomorrow, and help shave off at least a day of the time I'm going to be on trail between those 2 days. So, see you in the morning. Good morning. It's Monday, July 2nd, about 5:45 in the morning, and I just broke camp at Lake Fontanillas and headed up to Dick's Lake and Dick's Pass. The mosquitoes in Desolation Wilderness are insane. I had to leave early because I didn't even cook breakfast. I just wanted to get out of there because there were so many mosquitoes, just hundreds, just swarming you at a time. So hopefully getting up to the pass, there'll be less and I can take a nice little break and cook a hot breakfast, get some energy in me, just pound a bar on the way. Day 2, Tahoe to Yosemite. And this is the top of Dick's Pass. It's quite a climb, but the switchbacks help a lot. So I'm here at beautiful Lake Aloha, and I'm about to go swimming. Whew. That is cold. That is really cold. Ah, but it feels great. Oh, that is fantastic. Whew. Day 2 recap. I am just about a half a mile past Benwood Meadows. That's where I was supposed to stay tomorrow night, so kind of glad that I'm where I'm at actually, because there's no place to stay down there. There's no camping areas. It's just shitty. Did 19.95 today from Fontanelas Lake to here. Nice little pit stop in Echo Lake. Drank a Coke. It was delicious. Good morning. It's July 3rd, third day on trail, and I am a couple miles south of Echo Summit Trailhead, and got on trail pretty early this morning, before 5:30. Packed up real quick and got out of there. Stopped about 6:30 after I got water to have breakfast and tape up some pretty bad blisters that I got. I got one I had to like ripped open and bleeding and had dirt in it, so I had to clean it and tape it up good. And ate a breakfast. I'm not very hungry yet, which is surprising to me. Usually I'm really hungry right away. So I wish I was not carrying that food weight and had ate more of it, but last night I just had a bar for dinner and a cup of tea and I was done. I'm getting to bed pretty early, sort of napping in the evening and then falling asleep about 10 o'clock for real. There's a lot of people on trail. I'm still on the Pacific Crest Trail portion of the TYT, so there's still significant traffic. Good news is the mosquitoes have subsided, and according to all the thru hikers going north, won't hit mosquitoes until after Sonora again, which is awesome news. Today I will break away from the Pacific Crest Trail and start through the backcountry. This is something special coming out of the woods here down this hill. Just beautiful. Look at this. This is the beautiful Showers Lake. And I'm gonna stop here and have second breakfast. A little horse tour going into the backcountry. Pretty neat there, really nice. Got to talk to them for a little bit as they passed. Hey guys, so now I'm south Carson Pass and off of the Pacific Crest Trail. Now technically on the Woods Lake Trail, down towards Round Top Lake. Important note, if you're coming down Carson Pass, the TYT separates from the PCT before you get to the highway. But I never saw the cutoff. I don't think it was there. It's overgrown, maybe. So what I recommend doing is walking down the Pacific Crest Trail all the way to the highway at Carson Pass. And then if you look to the right when you hit the highway, there's a dirt road. If you follow that all the way to the paved roads to Wood Lake, and take that just down a little bit, you'll find the trailhead and signs for Round Top Lake. You want to follow that. Just a little tidbit of information. Luckily today, also, I got a little bit of trail magic at Carson Pass. My mom and stepdad were like an hour away, South Lake Tahoe, and brought me a giant roast beef sandwich and drank 52 ounces of Coke. I'm gonna try to make the 4th of July lake, which is tomorrow night's destination. But it's like 6 or 7 miles. I did 13 this morning. Lots of flat areas between Echo and Carson Pass. You can kill some major miles there. All in all, it's gonna be a great day. It's already been amazing. The wildflowers in Carson Pass, irises, will blow your mind. It's like a painting. So, looking to be a great day. Looking forward to heading to the wilderness and off the Pacific Crest Trail. You know, it's fun following trail markers, but this will be much more interesting for the next couple days as I head down to Bear Valley for my first resupply and at Lake Alpine. And I may take a Nero into there and soak my feet in that lake for a few hours. All right, see you next time. Yep, it'll buff out, no worries. So it is about 5:15. I am at 4th of July Lake. I'm gonna camp here tonight. So the uphill to Round Top Lake is pretty difficult. Coming out of Carson Pass. But maybe it's just because I drank 52 ounces of Coca-Cola before I did it. Could have been it. Once you pass Round Top Lake and you start your descent into 4th of July Lake, you're in for a never-ending staircase of descent. It's a lot of switchbacks, and it's a long way, a lot longer than it looks, and at least it feels that way. Beautiful, beautiful lake, nice and cold, crisp water. Definitely took a swim, washed some clothes in the water too, and getting ready to set up camp for the night and cook dinner. I got a little chicory friend up here who's a total dick and won't stop clanking around at me. Good morning, happy 4th of July from 4th of July Lake, Mekelumne Wilderness. Headed out now about 6 o'clock, going ahead to descent into Summit City Canyon in our first off-trail experience. So when I get down there, I'll take a little video of the upper and lower fords and the path through. There is a brand new sign right here at 4th of July Lake that has been you can tell it's just put in. The wood is fresh. It says the TY Trail. So there's another Tahoe Yosemite Trail marker out there to help you along the way. Look at this, folks. More fresh Tahoe Yosemite Trail markers. This is at the base of the descent to Summit City Canyon from 4th of July Lake. All right, so I've just crossed the upper ford of Summit City Creek, and turn around here, see there's some ducks up here, and then there's one at the top of the little rocks right here, and that's how you can identify that you are at the upper ford. If you look very carefully, you can see the bridge troll guarding the upper ford crossing from the cairn above. So this is the lower ford of Summit City Canyon, and you're not getting through here without getting wet. Luckily I had my shoes with me to change out and my sandals to get across. Not too difficult, only got wet once, but you won't make it the whole way across without getting wet. Hey, so I'm standing on the Tahoe Yosemite Trail south of the lower ford of Summit City Canyon, heading towards Camp Irene. And I just want to show you this. There's literally no trail. It's been like this for the past hour. I'm standing directly on the coordinates of the trail, headed straight ahead. If this view is where it's supposed to go, but it's pretty crazy out here. If you don't have a GPS coming through here, you're gonna be in some hurt. Well, day 4 brought another ford. This one I had to go in the water right there, my sandals, and hold my pack over my head, and then walk up the sandbar right there all the way to the main sandbar, and then back down to here. Cool thing is there's like 3 feet of silt right there, so I was up to my knees in silt trying to get out. There is no way up the stream at the rapids to get across, so don't even go on, go on, go on, take your babies and go. Good morning. It's July 5th, 5th day on trail. I'm staying at Lake Alpine Lodge. Got in about 9:30, 10 o'clock last night. Didn't take a lot of footage yesterday because yesterday was a significant emotional event on trail. Summit City Canyon was difficult but not too bad, but once you get past Summit City Canyon in the Mekelumne Wilderness, on the way to Camp Irene, and from Camp Irene up over the mountain to Lake Alpine, is extremely difficult. There is no trail. There's no semblance of a trail. And there's barely any reference points so you can follow the terrain because the forest is just so thick. I have it mapped out for 14.8 miles from 4th of July Lake, where I started yesterday, to Lake Alpine, and I tracked over 22 miles yesterday, so that's a significant amount of extra walking trying to find trail, and just being almost utterly completely lost. Even though I knew where I was, it was difficult. There are 2 crossings where you will get wet. Lower forward of Summit City Canyon, but then the worst one is the Mekelumne River, where yesterday I had to hold my pack over my head basically and walk across. There's no real good place to cross on the rocks around the rapids. They're just spaced too far apart. And then on top of that, the place where it was shallowest to cross was about 1.5 to 2 feet of silt. So I was up to my knees almost in silt and stone as I got across the river. Today is going to be a 0 day for the most part. I'm going to hang out here, rest the feet. Shower and laundry facilities are available at Lake Alpine Lodge, so I'm going to take advantage of those, rest the feet up, and then maybe about 5 o'clock tonight head out just a couple miles down the trail to get to a place where I can camp for the night, and that'll put me back on schedule.